Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Thursday, April 23rd, and I hope all of you guys are doing well. Before we get started with today's lesson, I just want to tell you guys that I'm still waiting for some of your pictures, your Earth Day pictures that we talked about yesterday. Remember, they're not due till tomorrow, but as soon as you get them done, take a picture of them and send them to me. I'm super excited to see those pictures and the posters that you guys not pictures, guys, but the posters that you guys came up with. All right, remember you had a couple of choices. You could choose some of the ones from the Art Hub. There were two there. And then you can also go on Google and then type in Earth Day and then do one of the posters that they have there. And again, poster, it doesn't have to be on a big piece of paper. It can just be on a regular white piece of paper. But I do want you to be creative, and then you can use the material that you have at home. So I'm still waiting for those poster papers, all right? Let's go ahead and get started. Here is our schedule for today, Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. And we are back to our regular schedule with the first thing that we're doing is ELA. Still looking at our story that was titled From Pine Tree to Pizza Box. We are going to read another short story today called Let's Make Peanut Butter. And then for math, we are analyzing bar graphs. Social studies, reading about how families are similar. And science, we are discussing the animal life cycle, specifically butterflies, and I do have a surprise for you guys today. You guys are going to be excited. And then the last thing for today, for PE, you will be doing the chair pose. Let's get started. Today for ELA, boys and girls, we are going to work on a flow map. But before I do the flow map, or before actually you guys do the flow map, I'm going to read through the story again, and then I'll tell you guys what you're going to do, okay? So let me get started because this is a long story. Again, this one is titled From Pine Tree to Pizza Box, and we already took all of the notes. So right now, I just want you to follow along as I read, okay? Paragraph 1. Trees are very important natural resources. Trees make fresh air. They can be used in many ways too. Trees provide homes for animals, including insects, birds, and squirrels. Some trees grow nuts or fruits that animals and people can eat. Paragraph 2. People also use the wood from some trees to make many things. Wood can be used to make furniture, pencils, paper, and more. Pine trees are good trees for making paper and cardboard products. Paragraph 3. How do we make cardboard? There are lots of steps involved in turning a tree into a product, such as cardboard. First, trees are cut down. Then, they are chopped into logs. The logs are taken to a sawmill. The bark is removed. Logs are made into planks, boards, and other pieces or chips of wood. Wood chips are used to make cardboard. And this, boys and girls, is where we started listing and writing down the steps of how to make cardboard. You are going to need this information in a little bit, okay? Next page. Next, the wood chips become a pulp. Wood pulp is soft and soggy. It gets pressed into thin rolls of strong paper. 3 layers of paper at a time are then fed into a machine. The machine folds the paper. It glues the paper together. The pine tree is now cardboard. The cardboard can be cut, shaped, and printed on. It can then be folded into different types of finished products. And then here on this page, boys and girls, we have the rest of the steps of making cardboard. Again, you are going to need this information. Next page, paragraph 7. How do we use cardboard? Cardboard is a very lightweight but strong material. It is good for making boxes. Can you think of some things you can buy in a cardboard box? Cereal, sneakers, and games are packaged in cardboard boxes. So is pizza. There's a yummy pizza. And there's the cardboard box right here. Next page. Cardboard is also used to ship things. It is strong enough to protect whatever is packed inside. It is lightweight enough so that it does not add much weight to a package. When people move, they use a lot of cardboard boxes to pack their things. Recycling cardboard. It takes years for trees to grow. It is important to recycle cardboard and other paper products. When something is recycled, its materials get used again. When materials are reused, it means fewer brand new material will be needed. When cardboard is recycled, fewer trees are needed to be cut down. How does something get recycled? It begins with you. You and your family put your clean, used cardboard into a recycling bin. Just like the bin that the girls have here. That is their recycling bin. The bin gets taken to a recycling center. At the recycling center, everything is sorted. Things are put into different bins. Some things cannot be used again and must be thrown away. The cardboard that can be used again is sent to a special factory. This factory turns the old cardboard into like new cardboard. Recycled cardboard is as good as brand new cardboard. Maybe your next pizza will come in a recycled box. A symbol on the box will tell you if the cardboard has been recycled. Conclusion. Trees are important natural resources. They provide homes and food. We make many products from trees. We need to be careful with our trees. We need to make sure that we don't run out of them. Recycling paper products, including cardboard, is one way to help make sure we will always have big, beautiful trees. And here, boys and girls, this is what you guys were supposed to do yesterday. And some of you have not sent it to me. But again, this is where you were supposed to tell me why it is important to recycle. Okay? I'm still waiting to see some of your answers here. It says, it is important to recycle because, right? And this is where you were supposed to tell me because. Boys and girls, let's make sure that we're sending in the pictures that I ask. That way I can just make sure that you're doing your work. That's the only way that I have, guys, to make sure that you're doing the work, okay? So try to send this stuff in, all right? So what I want you guys to do now is this. We've read the story. We've been talking about this story all week on page 19 and page 20 is where we wrote down the steps of making a cardboard box. There's steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the next page, you have the rest of the steps. We have steps 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You are going to create a flow map for me using your composition book, or remember, if you don't have a composition book, you can use paper. Okay? I've turned to a new page here, okay? And I'm turning my book horizontally. Okay? There's a date and the title. It says From Pine Tree to Pizza Box. And as you can see, I've already started my flow map. So guys, this is going to be easy because we already wrote down the steps, okay? We were doing them as we were reading. So look, step 1 over here, trees are cut. And that's what I put over here. First, trees are cut. Step 2, chopped into logs. That's what I put over here for my step 2. There's 1, here's 2. Then they are chopped into logs. Let me grab my pen. I am going to do the third one here. There's my arrow. Let me make my box. Remember that I like to leave the box open on the bottom, just in case you need to write some more. What is the third step in making our cardboard box, our pizza box? Okay, so first the trees are cut, then they are chopped into logs. The third step is they are taken to a sawmill. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to write down right here. Next, comma, they are taken to a sawmill. There it is. And I went outside of the box a little bit. That's okay. I want you guys to finish up this flow map. You are going to have several boxes here, boys and girls. So you can go, I'm not gonna have enough space here, so I'm gonna go around this way. And I'm gonna do my next box here on the bottom. And then this is where I would continue writing, okay? That's what it looks like, guys. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, I looped it all the way around over here. This is where I would write step 4. And again, step 4 is over here. And there's step 5. And then when you turn the page, you have the other steps. Okay? Step 1, step 2, step 3, and then I looped my arrow around to do my other boxes down here. Okay? When you are done, snap a picture of this and please send it to me, guys. Again, that's the only way that I can check to see if you're doing your work, if you are sending it to me, all right? So this is our flow map, okay? Let's continue. Let's go on to page 26, where we have our next story. It's right here, page 26. And this one is titled, Let's Make Peanut Butter. And here, boys and girls, we are focusing on a sound, okay? We are focusing on something called the schwa sound. It's a funny word, I know, schwa. But basically, guys, the sound that it makes is, it sounds like a like the sound you hear in ter, butter. This right here is, you call it the schwa sound, and it makes the sound. Butter. Those are the sounds we're looking for. So I will read it out loud to you. Follow along with me. When we hear that sound, we will highlight or circle the word. All right? Let me get my highlighter ready. And if I miss any, guys, you can go ahead and circle them on your end over there. All right? Here we go. Many people love peanut butter. There's one. But did you know this? It takes almost 1,000 peanuts to make 1 jar of peanut butter. And you guys know that Mrs. Lopez loves peanut butter. peanuts are seeds. Farmers plant the seeds. Each April, the seeds grow into leafy bushes. Okay? Now, boys and girls, I'm just going to read it, and I want you guys to go ahead and highlight all the sounds. Okay? Let me continue. Right here. The peanut plant is very unusual. Here's another one. After the plant flowers, something amazing happens. Here's another one. Amazing. Happens to the stalks above ground. Above. There's another one. They bend over and push back into the ground. Wow. The peanuts then grow under the soil. In the fall, farmers plow them up and dry them. The peanuts are sold to factories to make peanut butter, and many other things. Okay? Again, boys and girls, if I'm missing some, you can go ahead and highlight. Again, we are doing the sound. At the factory, the peanut shells are quickly taken off by a machine. Next, the peanuts are roasted in ovens and the skins are taken off. Other machines grind the peanuts into peanut butter. Then the peanut butter is poured into jars. Finally, the jars are sold to stores. Men, women, and children can find the jars on the store shelves where they live. You can too. Buy one and take it home. Then grab some loaves of bread, one of your butter knives, and make yummy sandwiches for all your friends. I want you guys to go ahead and do these last two on your own. Again, you are highlighting the words that have the sound. Okay? Let's see what's next. Let's go ahead and grab our math books and go to chapter 9, lesson 5, and that's on page 559. Math book. We are here, page 559. And we did this lesson, boys and girls, in pieces. Okay? Yesterday, this was your homework. Okay? And thank you to those of you that did send me the homework. I really do appreciate it. But again, I only had a couple of you guys send me your homework yesterday. Please make sure you are sending these in, okay? Very quickly, let me just go over it. Number 12, it said, how many more people like reading or board games than playing video games? So for here, boys and girls, you were supposed to do reading and board games. You were supposed to add those two up. So reading was 4 and board games was 2, and that was 6, okay? It said reading and board games, then video games. So then you were supposed to do 6, right? And then video games was only 3. So 6 minus 3 equals 3. So 3 more people liked reading and board games, more than video games. All right. Number 13, it says Samantha changes her vote from playing outside to reading. So what I did over here, so she changed her vote from playing outside. So I crossed off her vote there to reading, and I changed it to reading. Because that's what she did. She changed her vote. First she voted playing outside, and she crossed it off and she changed it to reading. Which activity is the class favorite now? The activity that is the class favorite now is reading. There it is, reading. Okay. For today, and again, I know that this says homework. We will do this side together, and then the back side here will be your homework. All right? So date and follow along with me. It says, you can answer questions using the data from a bar graph. I remember that this bar graph gives me data or information. Okay? So let's take a look at this bar graph. It says favorite topping. We have onion, and 3 people like onions. We have mustard, 4 people like mustard. And we have ketchup, 5 people like ketchup. Those are the favorite toppings. How many students were surveyed? Remember, surveyed means asked. How many students were asked? So if I take these numbers and I add them up, or I can just count the boxes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or I can just go 5 plus 4 plus 3 is 12. So it says 12 students were surveyed. All right. Now we're going to use the information here to answer more questions. It says, use the bar graph to answer the questions. Number 1, how many people voted for mustard? How many people voted for mustard? I'm going to come up here. There's mustard, and I'm going to look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people voted for mustard. 4. Number 2, what topping do most people like? Again, what topping do most people like? So I'm going to select the topping that has the most votes. And that looks like it is ketchup. Okay, so let's write that down, ketchup. Ketchup. Number 3, which topping is liked the least? Again, least, the smallest amount. And I can look up there, the least, and it looks like it is onions. And I agree. I don't like onions. Well, it depends. If they're cooked, I like them. So onions. Onions. And number 4, how many people like mustard or onion? So mustard or onion. Mustard is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 people like mustard or onion. 7. All right, there it is, guys. Let's turn the page and go to page 560. And let's go and write the date. And this, boys and girls, is your homework for tonight. All right. Let's very quickly go over the bar graph. It says birthday. So they did how many birthdays did these months have? January has 2 birthdays. February has 1. March has 3. And April has 5. I will read the questions to you guys. And then for your homework, I want you to go ahead and do this. And when you're done, take a picture and send it, please. Number 5, how many people have April birthdays? You are looking for the April birthdays. All right. Number 6, how many birthdays are in February and March? February and March, both of those together. Number 7, how many people were surveyed in all? Remember, surveyed means asked. How many people did they ask in all together? Number 8, it says 4 more people answered the survey. So they asked 4 more people. They all had February birthdays. Which month has the most birthdays now? I want you to write the name of the month right there. Okay. And that is all for math, guys. Again, this is your homework, page 560. Please take a picture of it and send it to me when you are done. All right. And let's move on to some social studies. We did not do social studies yesterday. We are still learning about, we are on lesson 2. And lesson 2 was different kinds of families. Right? And we are over here on page 12. I'm sorry, guys, you can hear my dogs barking in the back. We are doing page 12 and 13. And today we are going to read about how families are similar. Remember that similar, boys and girls, means the same. How families are the same. Same. And again, if this looks familiar to some of you, you guys are probably right. It should, because we did this page is actually, these pages are actually in the packet that we did. All right. But that's okay. We're going to do it again. Follow along with me as I read. And again, we are looking at how families are similar. All right. Here we go. Families from around the world bring traditions to the United States. A tradition is something that is passed down over time. We've talked about traditions before, guys. Let me highlight that. A tradition, I'm sorry if you guys can't see, is something that is passed down over time. Maybe your mom learned how to do something from your grandma, and your grandma learned from her mom, and they all learned from their moms or their grandparents. Those are traditions. Many traditions are similar. It is a tradition to eat special foods on holidays. Singing, dancing, and wearing formal clothing are traditions too. Another tradition is practicing your own religion. Okay? A lot of us, boys and girls, as Hispanics or as Mexicans, we have some special traditions too. On certain holidays, we eat certain foods. Okay? Activities that are passed on from generation to generation are traditions. Traditions too. Older family members teach children what they believe in and value most in life. These traditions continue when families move to the United States. Let me read that part again right here. Older family members, boys and girls, like your grandparents, they teach children what they believe in and value most in life. Your older family members, boys and girls, like your grandparents, they teach you values that your family has. Okay? They teach you, right from wrong. They teach you how to work hard. They teach you how to have a good work ethic. That stuff comes from your older family members, maybe even your parents. And that, boys and girls, those are traditions. Okay? These traditions continue when families move to the United States. Okay? And I want you guys to take a look at this here. This right here is a traditional Jewish wedding. All right. Next page. We are going to answer some questions here. And here's another family. And they might be celebrating here. And it looks like they're nicely dressed up and they might be eating some special food. So again, that might be something that is part of their tradition. All right. Number 3, right ways families are alike and different. All right. So we just read about how families are alike and different. We just said that all families are alike because they all have traditions. So let's write that down. Families all have traditions. Okay, so that's how they're the same, but they are different, boys and girls, because their traditions might be different. One family might have a different tradition than my family. We all have traditions, but they're slightly different, okay? So that's exactly what we're going to say, that traditions that families are different. And what I mean by that, boys and girls, is that this family, it looks like they might be from like China or Japan. Do you think that their traditions are the same as a family that might be from Mexico? Probably not. They eat different foods, and families that are from Mexico, we eat different foods. They have different clothing. It's fancy clothing, but our Mexican traditions and our Mexican families, they have fancy clothes too, but it's different. It doesn't look like this. So again, both families have traditions, but they're different traditions. Okay? They're different things, different stuff that they do. All right. Let's go on to number 4. Okay. And this is something that you guys are going to do on your in your composition book or in a piece of paper. It says, on another sheet of paper, draw a picture of what you consider to be your extended family. Label the people in the picture. Okay? Again, in another picture, in your composition book, and let me get my composition book here. Let me get it ready. This is the flow map. Let me turn the page. And here I'm gonna date it. Get this out of the way, guys, hold on. Here's my date. And then this is going to be social studies. Make my little cloud around it. So here, guys, you are going to draw me a picture of your extended family. Okay? Who is part of your extended family? Okay. If we don't remember what extended families are, it says over here in page 9, and let me read it to you. Okay. Again, page 9, and it says right here, it says families are organized in different ways. An extended family includes more than parents and children, such as aunts and uncles. Some families have 2 or more generations living with them, including grandparents. So your extended family, boys and girls, is like if you have other people living in your family, like your grandparents or your uncles or your aunts, they are your extended family. Again, if you live at home with other family members, maybe your tío or your tía lives with you, or your cousin or your grandpa or your grandma, they are part of your extended family. What I want you to do, I want you to draw me a picture of your extended family, or who do you consider to be part of your extended family, and then label the people in your picture. I want you to tell me who they are. Put a little arrow and say, this is dad, this is mom, this is me, this is my sister, this is my tío, this is my tía, this is my cousin. Okay? And then I want you to circle the one person that you would like to interview. Who would you like to talk to? Who would you like to ask questions to? It might be your grandpa. Maybe you want to ask him like, hey, grandpa, what was it like where you grew up in Mexico? Or maybe your grandma. Maybe she might tell you about some of the traditions that she has. Okay? Again, draw me a picture of your extended family. Remember, if your grandpa lives with you, your grandma, or your cousin, or your tío. If none of those people live with you guys, I want you to think of who lives around you or near you that is part of your family. Okay? Maybe you have a cousin that lives in Delano, and that's part of your extended family. They don't have to live in your house, guys. They can be other family members that live in your area in Delano. So draw a picture of them. And then when you're done, make sure you label each person. Tell me who each person is. And what I mean by that, guys, is if you do this, Like, let's say I draw a picture here. My picture's not going to be great, but just tell me right here, this is Dad. Okay? That's what I mean by label each person. When your picture is done, I want a nice, beautiful picture. Make sure it's colored. And again, make sure you label each person. And then I want you to put a big circle around the person that you would like to interview. Who would you like to sit down with and talk to them and just ask them questions about how they grew up? All right. When you're done with this, snap a picture and please send it to me. All right. And let's continue with some science. And I'm super excited about this, guys, because we're learning about life cycles, and more specifically, the life cycle of a butterfly. And I know we don't have our science books, guys, but I do have something to show you. Let me pull up my computer here. Hold on, guys, my charger is. Okay. I'm gonna show you a short 3-minute video about the life cycle of a butterfly. I know we read about it. Oh gosh, you can see my glare there. Emily, yes. Can you turn off the kitchen light, please? Yeah. Sorry guys, because I know you can see Mrs. Lopez right there. And I want to have you guys watch this video without seeing my glare. But again, this is about the life cycle of a butterfly. And then after this, guys, I have something super exciting to show you. I cannot wait. Did you get it? Oh, you can still see my glare. Maybe you need to close the mini blind. Close this mini blind right here. Say hi, Emily. Hi. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of a little bit better. I'll just move out of the way. Okay, guys. So let's watch this video. Let me make sure my volume is up about the life cycle of a butterfly. It's a really cool video, guys. I hope you enjoy it.
Animals sometimes have big life cycle changes too. For example, a tadpole grows into an adult frog. This white speck on the bottom of the leaf is an egg. Do you know what it becomes? It hatches into a tiny caterpillar. Caterpillars eat green plants and grow. Caterpillars seem very hungry because they eat and grow. Eat and grow. But in a couple of weeks, the caterpillar is as big as it will get and stops eating. Instead, it hangs from a leaf or twig. For a few minutes, the caterpillar wiggles hard and sheds its skin like it was taking off a coat. Now, instead of a caterpillar hanging on the twig, there is something much different. The caterpillar we once knew is gone because it changed into a chrysalis. The chrysalis hangs quietly, looking like a jewel on a necklace, but inside a lot is going on. In a couple of weeks, another surprise change occurs. The chrysalis, now dark, cracks open. And a butterfly squirms out. The caterpillar turns into a butterfly. Now it's an adult. The butterfly sips nectar, a sugary water inside flowers. It also lays eggs on leaves. The eggs hatch into tiny caterpillars which eat and grow. Soon the caterpillar changes into a chrysalis, and the chrysalis opens up to let out an adult with colorful wings. The butterfly's cycle of life continues. Not all growing animals change as much as butterflies or frogs. A young rabbit or horse has the same body shape as its mother. A fawn has spots, but you can tell it's a deer. Will you look different when you grow up?
All right, boys and girls, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, because now, let me open up my mini blinds, guys, because now it's dark in here. I have something super cool to show you, and I'm so bummed out that we're not in the classroom for you guys to see this. Hold on, guys, let me get my lights on too, because you guys would really, really enjoy this. All right, because we are learning about the life cycle of a butterfly. Yesterday in the mail, well, not in the mail, it was delivered. This was delivered to me. Check it out, guys. We have our very own caterpillars. There are, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are 5 caterpillars in here. And you can see them. There's one guy up there, and then there's the other 4 right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one is up here. 4. This brown stuff in the bottom, guys, that's their food. These guys eat, just like the video said, they eat and grow. They eat and grow, and they eat and grow every single day. These guys are going to get bigger every day. You will notice tomorrow when I show them to you guys again, they are going to be bigger. We're going to watch them, and I know I'm sad that you guys can't like see them in person in a classroom. Okay, I will try my best to show you guys the video to get you guys good pictures, but we'll watch them every single day until they become butterflies, until they become a chrysalis, and then they hatch, and then they become beautiful butterflies, and then we will even release them. Okay, and I will record it all. But I'm super excited about this. And then next week, you should have a journal, because I'm going to be giving those to you guys. I'll talk more about that in a bit. And in that journal, we are going to record, or we're going to draw, and we're going to write about the life cycle of our butterflies here. All right. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. So I just mentioned to you guys about a journal. Tomorrow, guys, is Friday. I have sent your parents a message that tomorrow at Pioneer School, between the hours of 8 and 12, they will be passing Chromebooks out to second graders. If you watch this video, please remind your parents to go pick up your Chromebook, because along with your Chromebook, I also have these envelopes, a package for you. Okay, and I'll show them to you right now. The packages are all ready to go. Let me show them to you. And the only way you're going to get it is if your mom goes to pick up, or your dad, if you go pick up your Chromebook. When you pick up your Chromebook, tell them, you know, I'm in Mrs. Lopez's class, and there's an envelope for me. And look, I have all the packages right there. They're ready for you. There's all your names. So when you go pick up your Chromebook, you're also going to pick up your package. Your package has a letter on the outside for your parents. Okay, and it has some stuff in here for you. Inside of this package, boys and girls, you have 2 journals. One of them, we are going to be using it to write about our butterflies. And then you have some other material in there that you're going to use. I'm just asking, do not open the material, okay? Don't get into it. Don't start coloring it. Don't start drawing on it until I tell you. I'll give you guys directions, okay? But again, it's very important that your parents go pick up your Chromebook and pick up your package. When you go for your Chromebook, just tell them there, you know, I'm in Mrs. Lopez's class, and there's a package for me too. And this is the package that you will be getting, all right? And then in here, you will find all of your stuff. I'm not gonna show you what's in there right now, because you'll have the chance to look at it tomorrow, all right? And in there, guys, is in one of the journals, like I said, is where you'll be recording the life cycle of our butterfly. All right. The last thing for today, guys, is our PE. And for PE today, we have the chair pose. And I have Emily who's going to help me with that. Emily, let me grab my PE here, my calendar. And today's the 23rd. There it is. there's a chair pose. It says hold for 30 seconds. Let me put this down, guys, because my hand is, I can't keep a steady hand. There it is. Hold for 30 seconds, relax, then repeat. Let's see if Emily can do this. All right, Emily. Let's see. And we have to count, guys, so help me count. Chair pose, but turn this way, face that way they can see. So here is your chair pose. It's kind of like doing a squat. Ready, and go, and I'll start counting. Arms up, arms up.
Wait, I can't get my back straight.
But make sure your arms are up above your head. Not that, a little bit forward. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Arms a little bit higher. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Did that hurt him?
Yes.
Where do you feel it?
Here.
Right there. Check to see how many chair poses you guys can do. And good luck. Hopefully you're not too sore. Bye, guys.